brawling.
Thank you very much, Steve. And here come the formal introductions for this WBO interim light middleweight title fight. Lukas Konecny against Salim Larbi, Czech Republic against France.
Všichni jsme připraveni na to, že se bude bojovat o prozatímní titul mistra světa v lehké střední váze WBO. Připravte se na přivítání obou aktérů. Jako první nastupuje, jak už je tradicí, do červeného rohu Salim Larbi,
and here comes Salim Larbi, the 24-year-old Frenchman. In his 20th fight tonight, he's only lost one, drawn one. 50 amateur fights behind him. He's been a pro since 2009. But in all honesty, I have to say I've not seen him fight, at least not seen him fight live, Enzo. So he's going to have to be decent if he's going to hold his own with Konecny, we know that.
Yeah, definitely, you know, I've seen Konecny a couple of times, good fighter. Like you, John, I haven't seen Larbi at all, but, you know, like the rest of these Box Nation viewers, as a fan, you know, I'm getting to see fighters I've never seen before, and, you know, giving them a stage to perform on.
Comes from Feyzin in France, and he's been training, he's been sparring actually with a guy who we know from watching on Box Nation. He's been fighting and sparring against Arosh Orta, who you remember beat Dean Byrne in a fight which we covered on Box Nation not so long back. Also been sparring his younger brother, who's a boxer as well, 19-year-old Salim Larbi. So here he is. Certainly looks youthful, actually 24 years old. And there you see the record, just the 4 stoppage wins in those 17 victories.
Ale to hlavní přijde, až bude Lukáš v ringu. Tak tedy zveme sem do rohu modrého Lukáše.
The big intro for Lukas Konecny, who apart from anything else is the president of the Czech Boxing Federation. Case of it's my ball and I'll play with it.
Yeah, pretty much. He looks very focused though, John. You know, he's coming to the ring, it's his hometown. Little bit of interaction with the crowd there on the compare. They'll pull his name out, so he's definitely the fan favourite tonight.
He's been a good fighter for a long time. He's been a pro since way back, since 2001. Now 33 years old. It's his 51st professional fight. And by my reckoning, he had 257 amateur fights before that.
That's a fantastic career and tremendous experience. And you know, like I commented, he's looking very focused. Coming out the AC/DC track for there, he's ready to rock.
He's never been stopped, amateur or pro. He says he's never been knocked down. And he also reckons that he got a bum decision when he was beaten by Sergei Zinzarek for the WBO title back in 2008. You know, he thinks he should be a world champion now.
Well, you know, he said he should have been, and now's his chance to start making his way back up the ladder to get that chance again.
One result which doesn't look great, if you go back to 2004, we're all entitled to an off night, I suppose. He lost a split decision to Ruben Baron. Now, you remember he came over and fought Matthew Macklin and gave him a hard night, but Matthew did prevail against the Spaniard. Here he is, though, Lukas Konecny.
Lukáš! Celá hala Lukáši, celá hala je tady pro tebe.
They love him.
Yeah, he's definitely a fan favourite. He went around the ring and waved to the fans. The fans gave him a big cheer. Now he's ready to go.
Well, there's that record. 47 wins against just 3 defeats. The other one was in a European title fight against Michele Piccirillo, the Italian.
4 zápasy skončily před limitem ve prospěch Francouze.
Boxing hero Joe Calzaghe, he says.
Salim Larbi. Lukáš Konecný, brněnský rodák, který má svůj hlavní start v Ústí nad Labem a Magdeburku. Dnes
Lukas Konecny, whose father, Milan, was a Czech light heavyweight and cruiserweight champion. In boxing since he was 8 years old.
Na svého soupeře ztrácí 6 cm výšky, ale my všichni věříme, že to
Saw him
nebudou
at a British ring when he
centimetry.
beat Matthew Hall, stopped him in 6 rounds for a European title.
Yeah, very impressive that night. He was very strong.
Zazní hymna na počest borce Francie.
Salim Larbi of Algerian antecedents, now fighting out of Fezzan in France, the French national anthem.
Vážení pánové, píseň našim srdíčkám nejmilejší přišla zaspívat operní pěvkyně Lucie Karafiátová.
Splendid rendition of the Czech national anthem. And Lukas Konecny getting a great ovation.
Utkání je na 12. Děkujeme Lucii Karafiátové, ale především teď držíme palce Lukáši Konečnému. Dámy a pánové, oficiální sestava těch, kteří budou dohlížet na průběh zápasu. Supervisor WBO Interim World Championship Istvan Kováč, Hungary, vášnivý golfista. Rozhodčí v ringu André van Grutenbrühl, Belgie. Podový rozhodčí Manuel Oliver Palomo, Spain, Zoltán Enyedi, Hungary, Paul Thomas, Great Britain. Physical, Professor Dr. Walter Wagner, Germany, Daniel Jacekowski, výborný Heider, Česká republika, timekeeper, Dieter Adam and Heike Huber, Germany. Šéf promotér, Mr. Steinford.
Very experienced referee in the Belgian André van Grutenbrühl.
Pochopitelně i tady musí dojít.
And the supervisor, Istvan Kovac. He was a good fighter in years gone by.
Yeah, very good fighter. Kovacs met him on numerous occasions, watched him on numerous occasions. Very good boxer. Very contrasting body language between the two fighters there. John doing the national anthem.
I've had dinner in his bar in Budapest.
I bet I was some like I said, some contrasting body language between these two fighters. Konecny looks like he's going to explode, and Larbi looks like he's waiting for Konecny to explode. Looks very nervous.
Konecny been there, seen it, done it, hasn't he? There's nothing which is going to surprise him. And he's still a very, very accomplished fighter, and this is a big step up for Larbi.
Yeah, Larbi just using his jab just to keep Konecny off, and as you can see, Konecny, he's just inching himself forward. He's backing Larbi into where he wants him to be.
Larbi's heroes, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather. Hope he's watched them well. He could do with a bit of their skills tonight.
Yeah, he's trying to use the footwork against Konecny. He knows he can't stand in front of Konecny and trying to fight with him, so he's trying to give himself angles to give Konecny problems. But as you can see, Konecny's just walking him down, nice tight guards, like an Arthur Abrams type fighter, and just backing Larbi under the ropes into the corner.
There's a form line about Larbi which I don't think bodes too well for his chances here. He had a draw last February against a guy called Fatih Bentafner. Now, he was stopped in 1 round by Mark Heffron. I know it doesn't always follow. Ronnie Heffron, I should say.
I didn't want to point you out on air, John. Good shots ever, Konecny. Just poke the jab out and drop that right hand straight to the body. And again, go for the same shot all the time. Stick the jab out straight right to the body.
Crowd responding to everything that he's throwing.
Konecny just inching himself forward. He's just making Larbi work a lot harder than he actually wants to work. Just by Konecny just walking forward with his hands up, you know, he's putting Larbi into situations he doesn't want to be, and he's having to fight his way out and use up a lot of energy, especially these early rounds. Good right uppercut from Larbi.
Larbi's got some quite nice boxing skills, but already at this stage you wonder whether he's got the power to keep Konecny off.
Yeah, it doesn't look like so far, you know, someone like Matthew Hall couldn't keep him off. It doesn't look like Larbi couldn't keep him off.
It's a good body shot again.
Yeah, he's taking his time, he's picking his shots well, both sides.
He is Mr. Boxing in the Czech Republic, Konecny.
He's the only boxer in the Czech Republic, Johnny.
Is he?
No,
I don't think so. But he was he was a World Championship bronze medalist as an amateur, and a European junior medal as well.
Good shots there from Larbi, just finding himself behind Konecny's elbows.
He landed a big right hand, good straight right on the bell. That's a terrific opening round for Konecny.
Yeah, just done what he wanted to do, basically. Hands up nice and tight, not a lot of head movement, just walked him down, got himself in distance, threw a couple of body shots, hopefully slow the movement down of Larbi. Because so far that's all Larbi has shown that he's got to give Konecny trouble, just a little bit of movement.
See some of the action from that first round, and it was established from a very early stage that Konecny was very much the more heavy-handed fighter. Just while we were watching that, I was just having a little look on the old handheld about some of the other names in Czech boxing, and I have to say it's not exactly a list of household names. Konecny is the only one who you would instantly recognise.
So he's right then, John.
Well, more or less. He's not the only one, but he's the only one you know.
Nice little leading left uppercut from Konecny. He's finding himself, he's getting his range a bit better. He's inching himself out a little bit closer to Larbi. Putting Larbi under a lot of pressure. As the great Evander Holyfield used to say, educated pressure.
One of my favourite fighters.
Albine, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Heart of a warrior.
I consider myself very lucky to have been there to watch all those fights against Riddick Bowe and against Mike Tyson.
The Riddick Bowe one I would have liked to watch live, especially the first one.
It's the first one, that 10th round. The first one,
unbelievable.
The 10th round. That defines Evander Holyfield.
Unbelievable. He was gone, he was out on his feet, and he turned it around at the end of the round. Absolutely brilliant.
Good work again from Konecny.
Yeah, Larbi's struggling with the sheer strength of Konecny. He's like a bull-type fighter. He's coming in, he's inching himself forward, and Larbi just cannot keep him off.
He's there in front of him. Larbi's landing, and he's landing scoring shots, but they're having absolutely no effect.
But if you watch it, as Larbi's landed on Konecny, it's Larbi who's going back. It's the punches are making Larbi go back.
You look at the other fighters there, as they were saying before, the other champions, as they were saying before the fight began here. Miguel Cotto, he's in action shortly. Saul Alvarez as well, WBC champion. Cornelius Bundrage, IBF champion. He's fought abroad before. He might be one who'd come into Konechny's view. And of course, Zabek Baysangarov, the Russian, who was actually beaten by Bundrage back in 2008.
You know, I think Konecny might have a chance against Baysangarov, but I think the other names on the record just might be a little bit too far for him.
You didn't fancy him against Bundrage?
No, I quite like Bundrage. I don't think he's a top level fighter, but I think he got the skills to catch Konecny.
He's been the one enduring success, really, of the Contender Series.
Yeah, I was a big fan of his on the Contender Series, K9. No, I think he hits hard enough to do some damage to Konecny if Konechny's going to stand in front of him.
Which you know he would. You can see by his style, that's the way he is, isn't he? He just comes in and rumbles forward and tries to do a number when he gets there.
Yeah, he reminds me of a sort of smaller version of Fragomeni, the ex-WBC Cruiserweight champion.
That's a good likeness. The Italian. You know your Italian fighters, of course. Well, that's a rousing end to the second round, and the two touch gloves, and the crowd loving it, and they're loving the fact that their man is the dominant force.
Yeah, Larbi's just realised now that he's not going to be able to move around the ring too much. You know, Konechny's going to catch him. He's going to find him. He's going to back him in the corner. So he's standing his ground a bit, and he's trying his luck that way. He's trying to, he's got given a chance, and he's going to fight.
Larbi hasn't lost in 16 fights. Getting a few words of advice from his trainer Karim Harzouz. But you see, as you watch again some of the action here, he has got a bit of a mountain to climb because Konechny just keeps coming.
Yeah, they don't look tremendous shots, but they look thudding, hurtful shots, and the more he keeps landing them body shots, it's going to knock the air out of Larbi.
Well, it's surely 2 rounds which have slipped away. Vacant WBO interim light middleweight title. One of those titles which you sort of raise an eyebrow slightly when you say it. But the fact is that when they get into this position, it indicates, I guess, that they're moving in line for a world title shot.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. You know, the interim. To me, the interim title is more like a #1 contenders match. So if the champion for whatever reason can't fight, you're upgraded. If you can fight, you get the first crack. Again, similar story for the first 2 rounds. Konecny just walking in, hands up high, popping little shots off of Larbi, and just putting a lot of pressure on Larbi.
Man after your own heart, Konecny. Married with 3 daughters, and he says the biggest thing in his life is his family. Family man through and through. Having a bit of success with that uppercut, Larbi.
Yeah, he's catching him coming in. I think that's the only shot Konecny is leaving himself open for, that uppercut. But like you said earlier, John, I don't think Larbi's got the power to actually stop Konecny in his tracks.
Lukas, the chant goes up once more. That's a hurtful body shot, the right hand.
Yeah, the one earlier hurt him. I think he good shot there from Larbi, I think.
Fair play, that's a terrific uppercut. Really good uppercut from Larbi, and this is his best spell of the fight. Yeah. Now, payback time.
Yeah, that body shot sort of sparked Larbi into action, but the uppercuts coming back from Larbi have sparked Konecny into
oh, what a good round. Good left hand from Konecny, and now it's Larbi who looks as though he's hurt.
You say curse to the commentator, that's who talking about the Holyfield Bow fight.
Well, this is a terrific round. Huge attack from Larbi, and then Konecny has responded wonderfully. 2 of them going toe-to-toe, and that's what the fans love to see.
And Konecny's strength just starting to take over now. Couple of shots on the back of the head from Konecny there, just basically hitting him what he can.
We watched Sasha Bakhtin last night, the Russian, win a sort of a wonderful technical display. This is the other side of the coin. This is real fighting stuff, and the crowd are loving it. Well, Larbi indicating to him, come on, give me some more, and he's cut.
Yeah, cut top of the forehead, just between the eyes.
Now, how bad is that, and is it going to be a factor? Uppercut thrown after the bell went. Well, what a good round that was, Enzo.
Tremendous round, like you said. Curse to the commentator. You'll have to do a bit more, John, talking about these great fights. You know, they sprung into action. But what's the WBO ruling for cuts?
I think if it's deemed to be accidental and it goes past 4 rounds, it goes to the cards.
The amount of punches thrown in that round, it could have been done with a punch, see, John?
Well, he was certainly hit by a lot. Let's see if we can see where it comes from. There's no cut at that moment. That's early in the round. That's those terrific attack from Larbi, which really sparked Konecny into
that
action.
Could have been it there, John. I'll right uppercut through the centre.
Well, I can't see at the moment.
Because Konecny's always got his head down, so I can't imagine it being a clash of heads, especially where it is from on Konecny.
Yeah, it was. I think you're right. I think it's that uppercut that's done it.
Slicing right uppercut, because he didn't actually catch him clean. He sort of sliced off his forehead.
Well, the story is there, I believe, that if it is stopped now on a cut, then it doesn't have to go to cards, because the referee will presumably have indicated, or should have done. Seems to have done a good job on it, whatever.
With Konecny suffering that cut, it might spark this round off now to be the same as the last one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you talk about great fights, you go back to perhaps the greatest, don't you? Hagler and Hearns. Hagler gets cut. Referee says, "Have you got a problem? Are you okay?" He says, "I'm not missing, am I?" And it's all over in one of the most spectacular 3-round fights you would ever wish to see anywhere.
One of the great fights, more action in that 3 rounds than a lot of 12-round title fights. Absolutely unbelievable. Got to be in anyone's top 3 of best fights ever.
I remember the first time I saw, well, see it, I heard that fight first. And I heard Ian Darke commentating on BBC Radio. And Darky, bless him, was a bit embarrassed about his commentary afterwards. He said, he said I was a bit hysterical, went a bit over the top. And I said, no, forget it. It was brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. It was sort of stuff which makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. Good work this, though, from Konecny. Seems to have regrouped well after that injury.
Good shot. Nice little left uppercut right up around the body. And again, he's targeting that left side of Larbi.
Loves throwing the hooks, Konecny.
Oh, nice uppercut on the inside.
Trying to see where that injury is. It didn't really get the close-up between rounds, did we, to see where it was?
Just looked like between the eyes, John. Just on his forehead, but right just between the eyes. That's where the punch seemed to land anyway.
It's starting to flow again. And Konechny's face looking a bit of a mess once more. Ref's having a look and warning Larbi for roughing him up with the head.
I find that strange because Konecny, the one who just keeps coming in with his head.
Well, it could be something to do with the fact that he's a home fighter, maybe.
Could be, I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, this is good stuff from Konechny. He's going to work now. Maybe he knows that he's got that cut and he doesn't want this one to go long. End of the round. Konechny means business.
Yeah, he did. It all started again. Attack from Larbi, caught Konechny with a couple of shots, and Konechny just sprung into action then.
Oh, memo to director. Please, can we have a look at the corner? But we'll have another look at the action instead. And this is where he came on strong towards the end of the round.
Yeah, it was a nice little right uppercut to start and everything, sort of stopped Larbi in his tracks. Can't quite tell where the cut is coming from.
I think it's on the bridge of the nose. Looks as though it might be. I think I just caught a trickle of blood coming down, and there's also a cut above the left eyebrow.
Yeah, he just spotted the eye.
I think it might be more than one then, so.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of, like you said, I spotted the eye, and then now we've mentioned I spotted on the bridge of the nose as well. But surely that's going to spring Konecny into action now.
Well, the one on the nose doesn't look too bad. It's not of Colin Jones type proportions.
This day and age, John get cut in the nose, as long as it's not interfering with the vision. You know, I think you're quite fine unless it's too deep a cut.
Yeah, the work on cuts has come on over the years, I guess. Or they used to put all sorts of potions on once upon a time. John McDonnell did a radio program about cuts men on Radio 4, and it was a fascinating listen, and they used to put all sorts of concoctions on once upon a time to staunch the flow, all strictly administered nowadays.
Yeah, everything's got to be done through the board. You know, if they say can't be used, can't be used. I think basically adrenaline, water, and that's it.
Yep, and a bit of grease. Do like the way he throws those shots to the body.
Yeah, he mixes them well, though. He goes to the body, he goes straight to the head as well, so he's giving him two different levels.
Larbi's still in there, and Konecny's the one who's marked up. That left eye, you can see it's not good. They've done a good job staunching the flow of blood, but Larbi will be trying to target that the further the fight goes.
Yeah, he's popping out the jab. He's looking for that uppercut. Every time Konecny gets close, he's throwing that uppercut, and you know, it's not landing all the time, but it is coming through, and if he keeps rubbing on that eye, keeps rubbing on the cut, it's going to open up and make things worse from Konecny. Good shot.
Left hand. Larbi showing that he's got a decent chin. He was actually stopped in his third fight early in his career by one Angelo Viol.
Yeah, what I like about Konecny, he's using a lot of levels. He's going to body and head, and then head to the body. He's mixing things up well.
No fancy footwork, chugs forward, economy of effort, economy of movement. Doesn't waste an awful lot.
No, he just inches himself close, nice high guard. Again, throws a jab to the head, right hand to the body. He just mixing his levels up all the time.
I assume, incidentally, that you've been giving these rounds to Konecny so far.
You know, Larbi's made a spirit in spite of things, but you know, I find it hard to give Larbi a run.
Konecny really starting to unload here again in the closing stages. Great right hand.
Yeah, you see the movement of Larbi has slowed down a lot now. The legs aren't working so good.
Konecny's fancying his chances of getting him out of there, I think.
Larbi showed him plenty of heart. You know, he's trying to stand his ground. He's trying to fight the bull's fight, shall we say. You know, he's standing his ground. He's pretty. I think the energy levels have sapped out of his legs, so he's having to stand his ground and fight now, which is playing into Konecny's hands.
Well, there they are going to work on that cut, which again, unfortunately, we weren't able to see exactly what the damage is. Maybe, we can see more there. Yeah, it is. It's the two. They're working on both. One on the nose and one above the eye, Enzo.
Yeah, he seems to be concentrating on the nose, just putting pressure on the cut on the eye. So obviously, I think they're more concerned about the one over the nose.
The Derby contingent in the house tonight. Bredsall, to be precise. Paul Thomas among the judges, former star-class referee.
Sorry, John, I just a bit taken back in with the music in between rounds. It's like someone's putting me on hold. During the break of the fight, they put this music on. I thought someone was putting me on hold for a second.
Well, it live last night. So I had a band on who were playing between rounds. Gave a pretty impressive blast when Michael Buffer had given his "Let's get ready to rumble."
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't get to see last night, and I'm actually devastated I didn't get to see the chance to see Big Del Chisora doing a bit of a jiggy on stage.
Yeah, it was an interesting effort. Clearly looked as though he was enjoying himself. And having said Las Vegas, here I come, he was also keen to say Moscow, here I come.
Yeah.
Larbi bullied across the ring once more. More headshots are starting to get through now. Those body shots are getting the gloves to drop.
Yeah, he's struggling to keep Konecny off him now. He's, like I said, the energy levels have gone from his legs. He's finding a struggle to move around the ring, keep himself out of distance, and you know he's having to stand and sort of trade with Konecny, which is a smart thing to do, but it's the only thing I think he can do. We've had some success with the uppercut, you know, you got to keep looking for that.
He's just got to be that little bit careful though, Konecny. Can't afford to just plough in, wade straight in, and let those injuries be made worse.
At the end, he's walking onto that uppercut a few times, and you know, as we know, a fighter coming in gets caught with a good shot. As he's coming in, it's doubling the effect of the shot. Again, just caught the sneaky little left uppercut, right uppercut on the inside.
Larbi has boxed nicely. If he could just hit a little bit harder. Oh, that's another good body shot though from Konecny. Solid look about that right hand.
Yeah, he just brought a little left uppercut, then brought his arms up, brought the elbows up, and then dropped the right down.
Well, it was around this point that Matthew Hall unravelled in the European title fight, 6th round. And Konecny, you sense, again, he's got that inbuilt clock. He knows that it's moving towards the closing stage of this round, and he's fancying his chances.
Yeah, he's coming on strong now, and Larbi looks very tired, looks very drained, and all the work that Konecny have done in the other rounds is starting to pay off now. Larbi's feet are pretty much planted to the floor now.
Trying to stay mobile, Larbi, but he absorbs a couple of body shots, did respond with a nice uppercut.
Yeah, but when he's throwing one, John, the Konecny's coming back with 3s and 4s.
Good round again, nice touch of sportsmanship at the end of it, but Konecny is outgunning him. Got him a complete shutout on my card, Enzo.
Yeah, you know, like you said, spirited performance by Larbi. You know, he tried his best, but you know, I find it hard to give him any rounds. Konecny just dominating everything of the fight. But if you look at the two fighters, Konecny looks the worse off with the cuts. I'm sure Larbi's going to have some bruised ribs in the morning.
Yeah, he's going to feel that for a day or two.
See what I mean about music, John?
Yeah. You don't find that stirring?
So no, it's like you're phoning British Gas and they put it on hold or something.
Good line. Meanwhile, back live.
Yeah, no, I think we mentioned in the last round, Konecny just knows when it's nearing the end of the round. He just steps the levels up and steps the pressure up. You know, he sort of inches his way in for the first minute and a half of the round, and then slowly steps it up.
Well, it was Konecny there who just indicated that there was a problem with something on his opponent's body.
Yeah, I think they greased the body up, so he's taking so many body shots, they're hoping that grease is going to make Konecny's gloves slip off.
Could do with strapping a bit of Billy Graham's body armour on.
Yeah, he's taking a few shots, Larbi. You see the effect they've had. You know, he's slowed right down.
Crowd chanting their hero again. $33 old now, Konecny. He needs to get that title shot again soon, really. Needs to be fast-tracked onto that, and I'm sure that he'll be hoping he can nudge it along with an impressive victory here.
Yeah, so far he's looking good, John. You know, he's dominated the play. Larbi has come up with a spirited performance, and Konecny just going about his job like in a professional manner. Good shots there.
Larbi still just with enough spring to hop away, but this time the left uppercut was a hurtful shot, and then the accumulation of punches gets the knockdown that he wants. And look at the reaction of Konecny. He knows that Larbi wants no more. Larbi doesn't beat the count, and Konecny has won by stoppage in the 7th round, and the auditorium goes bonkers. Konecny celebrates, and he'll hope he can move on to a world title shot from there.
Yeah, it's good performance by Konecny. It was a right angle of the body that finished him off. Really good shot.
Mr. Czech boxing has his moment. They've come out in their thousands, and all of them want to get their picture. Mark around the lip as well. He's got his family at ringside. Wouldn't be surprised if we see them up in the ring before too long, congratulating Dad.
Yeah, good, like I said, good performance by Konecny. There they are, there's the kids, there's the girls.
There's all three of them. Oh, what a lovely shot. And you can only assume that they've got mum's looks.
Yeah.
Good performance, though, from Lukas Konecny. Very good indeed.
Got to say, good performance from Larbi as well.
Well, he hung in there, didn't he?
Yeah, first round I thought it'd be over in a couple of rounds, and you know, he hung in there, he landed some good shots of his own. Just couldn't keep Konecny off him.
Here's where the end came. Just an accumulation of punches, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a right duck to the body. I think I'll finish it there. It is. I think that was the one. As you can see, his foot was stamped to the ground.
Yeah, never really. There wasn't a big one landed after that. That was the one that did the damage.
I took the air out, and I think Konecny noticed that, just jumped on him, and you know, I think he just had enough then.
Trainer there, Dirk Dzemski, who's a former professional middleweight from 10 years or so ago. Larbi only a second professional defeat, but he gave a good account of himself. Fit, well conditioned, just didn't quite have the power.
Yeah, those punches to the body just took the toll on Larbi in the end, and he went from the first couple of rounds with showing plenty of movement to pretty much a stacked target for Konecny, and he tried to fight Konecny's game, just wasn't working for him.
Well, not sure if those are permanent tattoos there. Looks as though he's a biker. As are the bit of advertising for Harleys.
Yeah. Every little bit of money helps, John.
Absolutely. Talking of which, what are you up to?
I'm just having a little rest at the moment. I know he talks about having a rematch with me and Shane McPhilbin. You know, I think it was a lot of controversy with the first round with the ending that happened. So, you know, I feel it's my duty to give Shane a rematch. He'd give me a chance to the title, I'll give him a chance.
Well, we'll talk more about that in a moment. There's confirmation of the 7th round stoppage win, and retaining the belt, Lukas Konecny, or rather winning the belt. It was the vacant WBO interim light middleweight title. So tell us just briefly in your own words, Enzo. I mean, we all had our word on the night, as obviously you know about. You know, we commentated, we watched it, and frankly, we were a bit worried for you in those first 2 or 3 rounds. What was your take on what went on?
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna go into any excuses. You know, I recently lost my father, and you know that played a lot of part. And you know, I pretty much underestimated Shane McPhilbin. I thought I could get away with it. I thought I could have an easy night's work with the sort of mental state that I was in, and he proved me wrong. And you know, he nearly beat me. You know, and he gave me a chance for his title, and I will. You know, I feel it's my duty to have one more fight as a cruiserweight, even though I was weighing very light on the night. you know, I feel it's my duty to give him a rematch.
Did you, in that first round, did you think you were saved by the bell?
No, no, totally. If you look at it, it was a good shot. I jumped up, my legs had done a little dance, which I've done in the past, and you know, I pretty much done the most professional thing I've ever done in my life. I dropped the one knee and took the count. And for a small part, when he and John Lewis, I think he was on 5. But part of me nearly wanted to quit. You know, I had enough of the boxing. I had enough of...
Which isn't you.
Which is not me. You know, like I said, no excuses. I underestimated him, things like that. But, you know, I think when he got to the count of 5, you know, a small part of me nearly quit. I was thinking about quitting, and, you know, I'd never quit for nothing. So, you know, I feel it's my duty to put things right and give Shane McFilden an opportunity to have another fight.
Now, Dean Powell did a really good job with you in the corner on the night. For whatever reason, Enzo Calzaghe not there. And Dean, in a way, kind of got you through the night. A lot of good instruction coming from there. What about your future regarding trainers? Are you going to have a fresh start or what?
Well, I'm not going to go into that at the moment, John, but I will say Dean Powell got me through that fight. You know, the way I was, Dean pushed the right buttons. I mentioned how good Dean is in the corner in the past, and I think it was round 5, Dean sort of said in his sort of language that my dad be going crazy up there watching me box like this, and that sort of kicked me into action. But you know, even after the 3rd round, when I sort of took over, and you know, I just didn't feel right. It didn't feel comfortable, and you know, Shane McFilden had his tactics, and I couldn't adjust.
Well, best of luck for whatever you're going to do in the future. It looks like there's going to be the rematch, perhaps in June. I know it meant a lot to Shane to get into the ring against you, and I know for a fact he will be very, very glad to have the opportunity to have another go and see if he can succeed where he came up short first time round. Anyway, that's our winner tonight, Lukas Konecny, and the Czech Republic loved his performance.